Well, good morning. It is Sunday, December the 19th of 2021. Less than 2 weeks left before the end of the year and the start of 2022. So last week, I think it was Sunday, as a matter of fact, last Sunday, I went to one of my favorite ice cream shops, which, let's face it, any shop that sells ice cream is one of my favorite shops. But anyway, I walked in there. I think it was Sunday evening, and I was the only one in the store. There were no other customers there, which is really unusual. And so I walked up to the counter and ordered a couple of scoops of ice cream. Went over to the cashier's place to pay, and I took out my little reward card that they had given me. And every time I went in there, they would mark it off, and I don't know, after so many, I would get a free dip of ice cream. So I pulled that out and handed it to the cashier, and she went, "Oh, we don't do the cards anymore. We've gone all digital." So there was a little terminal type thing in there. So I signed up using my phone number and everything, and I said, "Now the rewards that I've gotten on this card, is there a way to transfer them from this card over to the digital system?" And she looked at me and she said, "I'm so sorry, sir, but no." And I just kind of looked at her and I said, "Well, so I don't get any credit for the visits that I have marked on this card?" And she said, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, you just have to start all over today with the purchase you just made." And I didn't cause a scene. I just said, "Okay," and walked out of the store. But inwardly, I was going, it's not fair. Um, I don't think my card was even half full, but it just kind of ticked me off, that I did not get any credit on my rewards card, and so I just had to throw it away. And then I got to thinking, look, it's a free dip of ice cream. It's not that big of a deal, and it wasn't. Again, I didn't create a scene, but inwardly I was, that's just not fair and stuff. Well, but it did call to mind a passage of scripture in Matthew. "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in and steal." And so I know it's not going to happen this way. We don't have a reward card. God doesn't is not sitting up there in heaven with a reward card for everybody, and when we do a good deed, he punches a hole in it. And when we get before the judgment bar of God, he pulls out our card, and if it's full, if you will, he gives us a reward by letting us into heaven. I know that's not the way it happens, but I don't ever have to worry about standing before the judgment seat of God and God going, "Oh, that reward system, that we used to have, that doesn't work anymore. Sorry, you got to start all over." God's grace is never going to run out. God's mercy is never going to run out. And as Jesus says, we need to lay up for ourselves treasures in heaven, because there moths don't destroy it, rust doesn't destroy it, and thieves don't break in and steal it. Make sure that we're laying up treasures in heaven. Well, I pray you'll have a great week.